Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a big book haul with some of the books that I've bought recently. The first book we're going to be talking about is The Naturals. Now, I don't know a ton about this book. The reason I bought it is because it was a book club pick for a book club that I'm a part of, but it arrived too late for me to participate in the book club discussion, so I have not read this yet, but I've heard some good things about it online from other people, so I am excited to, at some point, pick this up. We can read a little bit of the back of the book together. It says, 17-year-old Cassie Hobbs is a natural at reading people. Piecing together the tiniest details, she can tell you who you are and what you want. But it's not a skill that she's ever taken seriously. That is, until the FBI comes knocking. They've begun a classified program that uses exceptional teenagers to crack infamous cold cases, and they need Cassie. So that sounds pretty interesting. So I'll be sure to let you guys know if I pick this one up in the future. Next up, we have Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. Now, I know this is a romance book, but beyond that, I don't know much else. From everything I've heard about Abby Jimenez from other booktubers, she seems to be very popular. People really like her books. So I am excited to pick this one up at some point. I have not yet read a romance book in my reading journey thus far, but I'm excited to try one out, and I think that Abby Jimenez would be a great place to start. Next up is another Abby Jimenez book, Yours Truly. So I actually have a signed edition of this book, which I think is pretty cool. You can see Abby herself has signed this, so that's pretty exciting. I'm lucky enough to live in a place that is pretty close to where Abby Jimenez lives, I believe. So my local bookstore often has signed copies of her books. I forgot to mention that my copy of Part of Your World also came with a signed book plate, I think they're called. It's not a signed edition, but it's a signed something, which is still pretty cool, I think. Next up is How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Stories by Holly Black. I read the Cruel Prince trilogy in August and I absolutely loved it. It's one of my top favorite reads of the year. So I'm really excited to explore more of this Elfhame world that Holly Black has created. I don't know a ton about this book, but if it's anything like the three that I've already read, I know it's going to be an instant hit for me. Next is another Holly Black book, The Prisoner's Throne. This is part of a duology. The first book in the duology is The Stolen Heir. I did try to purchase that book in paperback on Amazon, but my order was delayed, and now the listing is showing that it's a pre-order for like May of next year. So we'll see if that ever gets shipped to me. I'm not super hopeful, but I would like to get a paperback because I have paperback copies of the rest of her books, and I think they'll look really nice together on my bookshelf. I'm really excited to dive into this one. I again love the Cruel Prince trilogy, so anything by this author is auto buy for me now. I believe this one follows one of the characters that we've already met, or several of the characters that we've already met in the Cruel Prince trilogy. So it'll be cool to see maybe some new perspectives, but in the same world. Next, we have Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder in August and thought it was fantastic. I gave it 5 stars. So I'm excited to pick up the next book in that trilogy. I don't really know where the story goes after that. I'm going in kind of blind to this, but I know it's going to be just as exciting and thrilling as the first one. I have full confidence that Holly Jackson will be able to create just as captivating of a story as she did in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Next, we have As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. Yeah, not much to say about this one. I don't know much of the plot. I'm going in blind, but if it's as good as A Good Girl's Guide to Murder was, I know I'm going to love it. So I'm excited to pick this up after reading the rest of the trilogy. Kind of sticking with the mystery thriller theme, we have One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I believe this book is about some students who are in detention, and one of them ends up dead in detention, basically. So that's a very intriguing plot right off the bat. I'm excited to read more mystery thrillers. After I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I kind of did some research and bought this one, seeing some of the really good reviews on Goodreads and online and all that. So yeah, excited to pick this one up. Next, The Wedding People by Allison Espach. Espach? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I bought this because I saw that it was a Barnes and Noble book club monthly pick for August, I believe. And I figured if it was chosen as their book club pick, it must be pretty good. So I don't know much about this either. This is kind of a theme with me. I buy books going in pretty blind just based on reviews and what I hear online. So I'm excited to pick this up at some point. It's not super high on my TBR, but I've heard good things. So yeah, excited. The next two books I am so excited to talk to you about. They are two editions of the same book that I've already read. So we have Fourth Wing, the paperback. It has these beautiful sprayed edges with dragons on it, which I really love. And it has a bonus chapter from Xaden's point of view that we haven't seen before. So I have not yet read the bonus chapter. I'm very excited to get into it at some point, but I am very excited to do so. Lastly, Fourth Wing, the hardcover. Now you might be wondering, do you not already own Fourth Wing in hardcover? If you said you've already read it before, well, this is a very special edition of Fourth Wing. It is a first edition of Fourth Wing. I'm kind of embarrassed about how much I paid for this on eBay, but I am so excited to finally own a copy of Fourth Wing with these gorgeous sprayed edges. I think it's going to look really nice on my bookshelf, and I'm just so pleased that I was able to get this. Fourth Wing is one of the books that really got me into my reading journey. It's the first fantasy book I read as an adult. I love it so much, so this is really special to me to be able to have this. And with that, that's all 11 books that I've acquired recently. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please consider giving a like and a comment. Let me know what books you're excited to read soon. I'll see you in the next one.